Hey YouTube friends, welcome to our brand new channel. We are Ryan and Michelle, just a married duo that likes to take on new projects, designs, and DIY. I have an interior design business and we want to share our journey with you. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, this is Ryan from Revitalizing Designs, and today we're going to make some storage for a mudroom closet. Let's check it out. So what we're going to do in this mudroom is basically create one big cabinet right in the middle. It's going to hold the vacuum cleaner and other various cleaning things, and then we're going to build shelves off of the side of it. So what we're going to do is start with that base cabinet. It's going to be a simple box cabinet. We're going to use 3/4 inch birch plywood here. And what we're going to do first is kind of cut some strips for the two sides. And to do that, we're going to use the Cray whipsaw jig here. I got it set up for about 22.5 inches wide. So we'll go down one side and then we'll go down the other to give us our two sides. And then we'll start putting it together. So as I mentioned, it's a big tall cabinet in the middle. It's about 23 inches deep, which is what we cut these to. Actually, we cut them down to about 22 to give us room for the face frame, and then 65 inches tall. So what I'm going to do now is cut them down to size. Alright, so now we've got our sides cut down to size, and with the piece that we have left over from what we cut off, we're going to use this to make the tops and the bottoms. But to do that, we're going to go over the table saw. Alright, it is hot as all get out here, so we're going to call it a night. Kids want to go get some ice cream, so I'm going to go take a shower and go do that. Tomorrow we're going to put this box together. We're going to make the cabinet. We'll put the face frame on, and if with any luck, we'll get the door started. See you tomorrow. Alright, so we've got our base cabinet all done, all boxed in, the toe kick is done. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and make the face frame for this, and to use that I've just bought some 3/4 inch stock material. We're going to run it through the table saw at about 1 1/4 inches, and then we'll make the frame up. It's install day here for our cabinet and shelving unit. So last night I spent some time going ahead and prepping and priming all of the shelves. We've got our base cabinet here. Before we go ahead and load up everything and take it to the job site, I am going to go ahead and put the mounting hardware for the hinges onto the door, so let's check that out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put our concealed hinges onto our door before we actually load it onto the truck and leave. But to do that, we're going to use our Craig concealed hinge jig. It's pretty easy to use. We're going to go ahead and mark where we want our hinges. Because of the size of this door, I'm going to put 3 hinges on it. So one at the top, one at the bottom, then one directly in the middle. The top and bottom ones, industry standard, usually is about 3.5 inches off of the face. Given the overlap with the door to the actual cabinet itself, that'll only put it about 2.5 inches from the opening, so that should be good. So the way this thing works is you've got your bit here that will cut the actual pocket for your recessed door hinge to sit in. This thing locks into your base unit here. The base unit gets clamped to the door, so everything is solid and doesn't want to move, and then this collar will prevent you, or you can set your depth. So this particular hinge is a 3/4 inch overlay, so we need a 1/2 inch depth of a pocket. So I've already got my collar set for that. It's a lot easier if you go ahead and mount this piece here into the drill before you actually attach it there. Now normally you wouldn't have to use shims for this, but because the panel for the door is a little bit taller than the back of the frame, I'm trimming this up just so it doesn't rock and everything stays even. Alright, so we've got our pocket drilled, but before we unclamp it, there are 2 little holes here that are still in the jig, and what those are going to be are for the actual screws that then hold your clamp into the back of the door. So before we move that, we're going to keep everything straight. We're going to go ahead and swap out a bit here for a drill bit that will fit in there. Now I've already put some masking tape on the drill bit just to make sure that I don't go all the way through to the front of the door and ruin it. So it's just a little bit of a visual guide here. And these are really just pilot hole locations, so it doesn't have to be the actual position or the actual diameter of the hole for the screw yet. Alright, so that's the first one. Let's do 2 more. Now that we've got our hinges installed on our door, let's go ahead and put the door in the box. Alright, so what we're going to do now is try and put this door onto the box itself. What I did is I took one of the extra hinges, because I got a pack of 6 and I only needed 3, and took that and found the center point of the actual box itself, since the door is going to be symmetrical up and down. I'm going to take that and I marked a line right at that halfway point. I'm going to take one of these extra hinges and just put it in place and mark where that hole is going to be. And then we'll drill a small pilot hole for the screw that's actually going to hold that hinge onto the frame. So we got our lid on our cabinet, or door on our cabinet. Now we're going to pack everything up and go install.